Hello, it's Gina Brogan. How are you? So anyway, I've been talking to myself. I've been talking to myself. I've been talking to a couple of clients and talking to a couple of friends. There's a theme coming up, and it's all about detaching and letting go of our expectations for anybody else to be doing anything differently than what they're doing, that and making our own health, our own joy, our own happiness, protecting our own energy, our number one priority, and letting go of anybody else needing to be, do, or change anything about themselves. Even those people we love so dearly and we want to help, and we have ideas for them, solutions for them, plans for them. When we are able to let go of anybody needing to change, that is our superpower. That is your superpower in terms of you moving through to your next level of any area of life, of success in love, in finances, in energy, in health. When you start to really stay in your lane and allow other people to be exactly who they are, without trying to fix them or change them or need them to be any different, what you are doing there is you are protecting your own energy. And I'm telling you, this is one of the most powerful ways to manifest your best life, to take your life to the next level, and to really, really, really raise your own vibration. It is also something that very few people are able to do effectively. Anybody who is doing codependence work and healing from relationship challenges or abusive relationships, or they are really trying to take their lives, take their power back, this is going to be the thing that will change your life. This is actually the thing that separates people who actually do experience significant and lasting change in their lives and evolution, and they actually do transform their lives to create much happier, healthier relationships, from the people who stay stuck and in victimhood. This one thing, and if you can really practice the art of letting go of needing anybody to be anything different from who they are, and presenting exactly how they are in the moments that they're presenting, and just love them unconditionally, that means you are giving them the permission to be exactly who they are, which allows them to do whatever self-seeking they need to do to change. It also it helps your energy. You call your own energy back, and it helps you to grow and evolve. I was talking to somebody in my life recently who I have practiced this so profoundly on, the art of allowing him to be him, and no longer trying to fix his life, trying to save him, trying to rescue him, really allowing him to just be who he is and have absolutely no judgment, only unconditional love. And I only enjoy him when he calls, we chat, we have very clean conversations because there's no stress there, and it's really easy and enjoyable. And what that does is it keeps my energy intact. It keeps my ability to focus on moving my life forward without pulling me in different directions. See, when you are not worried about other people and you're not needing anybody to be anything other than what they are and who they are in each and every moment, what you are doing is maintaining your own energy and focus, and you are choosing to you and allowing other people to choose them. Hi Jennifer, how are you? So taking this one step further, this is the next thing, and this is an absolute superpower for those people who change their lives and experience significant and lifelong lasting change, is those people who learn to create to love their lives unconditionally, to create the energy and the emotions that they choose, and allow the outer conditions to match their energy. Rather than, so most people do it very differently, rather than saying, I'll be happy when I get my Tesla. Obviously, I will be. Or I'll be happy when I have this amazing relationship. Or talking about the topic a little earlier, I would just be so much happier if so-and-so would behave better, if they would change, if they would just be nicer, if they were happier, if somebody else would do these certain things, then of course I will be happy. Do you understand how doing that, saying that, thinking that way is actually handing over your power to another person? Saying, oh, well, you're in charge of my success and happiness. I am happy now, not when or if. Exactly. I'm choosing to be content. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to experience the world through the lens of gratitude. I'm choosing to be in the energy of abundance. I'm already where everything, saying two sentences at once. I'm already where I want to be. I've chosen this life. If you think about it in those terms, like everything you are experiencing right now in this moment is because you have written it into your script. So you've become an energetic match for this moment. So become an energetic match through your inner work, through your daily choices, through your habits of thought and word and action, to become an energetic match for how you want to feel. Choose those feelings. Be grateful for the ability to choose those feelings. Putting expectations on others creates unconscious resentment. It really, really, really does. And so for somebody who is saying, I understand I can't change so-and-so, but you're still struggling with so-and-so, I have to reaffirm, this is going to be your superpower, so you're going to love this, and I want you to practice this. I want you to say, I no longer even need that person to be anything other than exactly who and what they are in this moment. I no longer need to fix, change, or help another person unless they come to me and ask me, unless they say, hey, can you help me with this situation? I'm looking for solutions. I'm looking for help. Then that permission that they're giving you, you can still be super duper careful with and say, well, what is it that you're looking for? And be really clear, because it doesn't mean it's a blanket statement that says, yes, rescue me. And what the next thing is that you do when you stop trying to rescue or save or change somebody is you are empowering that person to seek out those solutions within themselves. Boy, oh boy, when I let go of trying to change or rescue or help my son, I have to tell you, I am just so amazed and impressed with how much clearer my energy is. My energy feels so clean and clear. Our relationship feels so clean and clear. And I have I've stepped into this new level of faith that he has within him the answers. And my trying to show him answers or give him answers or offer him solutions only communicates to him that I don't believe in him when I believe in him fully. Stop looking for validations outside of yourself. Go within. I cannot say yes, yes, yes enough. I could say it yes squared. It's so true. So doing the work of manifesting and literally creating the life that you desire comes from those desires that are literally only in your heart. You cannot look outside for other people to say what's okay for you to have, what you're allowed to have, what you're worthy of having, and what the world says. So when I was having this conversation recently with somebody, and I was saying that this is my next step, and they're like, ooh, do you think that that's a good idea? And how's this thing going to work out? And the marketplace for those such things doesn't really exist. And I'm like, wait. I was like, don't you know who I am? Don't you know how I do things by now? I don't look at the outside world for permission or statistics to decide whether or not a thing gets to be true for me or whether or not a thing gets to come into my life. I create it in my life, and I do it by becoming an energetic match for it. I feel the feelings, I live in the energy of it's already done, and then I detach. I completely detach from any need for it to come to my existence. I have no need for it. I'm already enjoying it. I'm being the person. And this is where you are going to experience so much magic, especially in relationships, when you no longer need for anything to change in your life. You no longer need for anybody to do anything different. What you do choose is to choose into how you want to feel. You choose to spend that time with yourself, not looking outside for answers or validation or happiness. And I tell you, this is the secret magic sauce. When you do this, you literally become a magnet for exactly what you desire. And so having a conversation with a client yesterday, she has been on a manifestation journey. She's for a partner. And every time we talk, she is like, oh my God, I'm totally seeing evidence of it. When we first started talking a few weeks ago, she was like, well, I don't know if I do these things. I don't know if he exists. And then we did some work around that, and she's doing her journaling, and she's like clearing away a lot of old stories. And then she will inevitably text me and go, oh my gosh, I've got evidence. He exists. And she's showing me, and she's seeing the evidence. She's becoming, because she's allowing herself to be open to it and believe that it's out there while being completely detached from how it shows up. She's seeing evidence when she looks on the news. She's seeing evidence when she looks on YouTube and she sees these men, and she's like, oh my God, I never would have been attracted to that guy until I saw. She's like, I don't know what it is that's attractive about this guy, but there's something there. And I'm like, of course there is, because you're attracted to an energetic experience. You're not looking just for what an attractive man looks like on the surface. You are feeling, you're having energetic resonance with a higher value man. And so yesterday we had our call, and she was experiencing even more breakthroughs. She's like, oh my gosh, this is happening so quickly. And that's kind of the way it works, you guys. So really what I encourage you to do is ask yourself, anytime you are triggered by somebody else's behavior and you're feeling like, oh, I wish they wouldn't do that, or oh, I'm so frustrated that they're doing that, ask yourself, or if you're worried about somebody, if you're worried about the way somebody is, or you're noticing when you're around somebody what is coming up in your body, that means you are tuning in. So somebody may be triggering you from your past, and if so, you will feel it in your body. And when you feel it in your body, you know it's nothing to do with who they are or how they're presenting. It's a story. It's an old situation, an old wound in yourself that you get to look at without needing them to change. You get to look at, what does this telling me? What does this mean for me? What am I making it mean for me? And you get to, doing that work develops your relationship with you. It helps you clean up your old wounds and take care of yourself, reparent yourself, and say, oh, I know. So I had this experience just yesterday. This was fascinating, you guys, where I heard my parents in the other room, because I'm staying with my parents right now. I heard them talking about something, and I'm like, I felt right here in my stomach this like, oh, that doesn't feel right. And instead, the old me would have gotten upset and angry and like, why are you saying such things? I'm going to go and change your mind. I'm going to go tell you that that's not the way the world is, right? This me, because I've had some work, I've done some work, I'm like, interesting. I'm hearing this happen in the other room, and I'm feeling something in my stomach very directly related to it, right? And so I was like, oh, I know why I'm feeling this. It's cognitive dissonance, because I have changed. Yes, it is. Yes, I'm back home at my parents'. I have changed my beliefs about this certain topic. Money, by the way. I've changed. I don't believe those stories anymore. I don't say those stories anymore. I don't practice those stories anymore. And so, where in the past, okay, this is a really good example of how this works. So growing up, of course, I love and adore my parents. I am dependent on my parents for survival, right? And their stories become my stories. I'm like, oh yeah, I look up to you guys. You are showing me the ways of the world. And if you believe these certain things about money, then I believe these certain things about money. And then I grow up and I have these, I continue to have really lovely relationships with my parents. I really identify with them and I love them and all of these things. And then more recently, I've started to do deeper work, right? Deeper work around money and beliefs around money, people with money, all the things, right? And so I hear an old story being played out in the other room about money. I feel it, instead of it being, I'm fully in agreement with it, and I'm like, yeah, me too. Yeah, that, what you're saying. I believe that. And I'm going to stay small because of I believe what you're saying in the other room. And instead I'm like, whoa, this no longer matches my belief system. And it's coming up for me to look at because there's still a trigger there. There's still an emotional trigger. And the only reason I can notice that is because I'm tuned in. I'm tuned into my beliefs. I'm tuned into my body. I'm paying attention. And instead of ignoring that feeling and going, oh, I'm going to shove some food down my throat, or I'm going to go blow off some steam and go argue about this and try and change opinions, I'm going to sit with this feeling and go, what is this telling me? It was so fascinating. And what it's telling me, okay, you guys, this is really interesting, because what it's telling me is, in order for me to be financially successful and wealthy on the level that I am calling in and moving into, means the old story meant I had to not have a relationship with my parents. They would reject me because my story wouldn't match their story of, wealthy people are bad. I don't want to be seen as bad, and so by my parents. And so I have always told myself this story: if I become successful, then I lose my parents' love. I clean that up. I journal that out. Is this really true? No, it's actually not true. It's an old program. I no longer need to play that program, but having that visceral experience and response brought it up to my awareness and allows me the opportunity to dig into that. Where did that first come from? Where did I first? I remember conversations as a kid about how, what the family belief is about people who are wealthy and have money and successful, right? they're bad people, they're greedy people, they're selfish people, they do certain things that people shouldn't do. And that story was trying to be reinforced yesterday, and I got to look at it and go, no, that is no longer true for me. I am safe to create my own story. I am safe to believe something different. And I lock in, I am still lovable. I am still worthy of love by myself and my parents, in spite of what they believe, or what, not both of them, but anyway. I no longer have to experience a great sacrifice in order to be wealthy. I do not have to give up my parents' love and that connection in order to be wealthy. I can be wealthy and maintain the love of my parents. In fact, it would enhance, they would be so much more relaxed, because I would be able to give from my overflow and share and make their lives happier and more relaxed and more abundant. So do you see how shadow work works? Like, that was my shadow coming up, and I used to be committed to that story because it kept me safe. That story is no longer a true story for me. I have been doing the work, and this experience brought it up so clearly, like, ooh, there's still some work to do around there. How amazing is this? And as I parent myself, change my story, make myself feel safe anyway, I'm the one who decides my safety and my lovability and my worthiness and what I get to create in my life. So I no longer need to go, ooh, it's not good for me to be here. If I'm going to create, this beautiful life that I want to create, I can't do it staying here in this environment or whatever. Or, oh, I better go change them. I better go change their beliefs. I better go change the way they do things. I got to change them. No, they don't have to change. In fact, even better, that I get to experience this again and clean this up. And the more I allow to come up and change and become in my awareness of my old beliefs and my old stories, the more I heal, the more I manifest. So there is nothing that anybody else has to do in order for me to live my best life, to manifest my best life, and to create the absolute life I desire. From my desires, my stories, my beliefs, my truths. I hope that's helpful. I hope this is enjoyable for you. And if you need to do any of your own inner shadow work, pay attention to where you're triggered by other people and where you wish they would change. Let go of needing anybody else to ever change a thing. In fact, that gives them the permission and the ability to change much faster. Create the emotions that you want to feel and let the world become an energetic match for your elevated emotions. You raise your emotional energetic set point and watch how the world meets you. Watch how the world works around you to bring you exactly what it is you're looking for. And continue to, I may not have spoken about this in this video, but I want to reinforce, always, every day, manage your own energy, spend some time in quiet solitude. Make that your priority for your next level growth and health and energetic maintenance, because that is where your deepest relationship with you is developed. That is where your relationship with your higher self and your spirit and your truth is happening. So tune out the rest of the world. Spend time each and every day in quiet solitude and meditation, and that will help you develop your intuition. It will help you become way more magical. Trust me, I promise you, this is the way to do it, okay? So your superpower is your ability to detach from your need for, I'm saying a lot of words, your ability to detach from other people's performance and expectations on how other people need to live. Your superpower is your ability to feel, want to feel without the world's conditions you. So you don't need these certain things to happen before you're happy, free, joyful, loving, in love with your life. You do not need anything. So don't wait till the man comes. Don't wait till you lose the weight. Don't wait till you get your Tesla. Don't wait till you get the money. Feel the feelings now and watch the world work its way around to meet you and become an energetic match for how you want to feel. All right, thank you so much, and please share this video if you want to anybody who needs this kind of message, and come to Evolution University for a lot more of this work. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.